to the end and we're back with another Game of Thrones video. This time is going to be for the preview, a reaction for the preview of Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 5. No title yet. I don't really understand what Game of Thrones is doing with this. I'm going to give the episode title after the episode. I don't really understand what that's for. But without further ado, let's just hop into this because a lot of shit went down in the other episode. So let's see what's going to happen here. Tyrion, you good, buddy? So there's no dialogue in this episode promo, so that's fun. But we do get lots of shots of Tyrion in Dragonstone. We see him looking at something in the throne room at Dragonstone, where I will presume Daenerys has just said some shit that doesn't settle well with anybody. The show is sort of pushing us in a direction of Cersei versus Daenerys, and then like a subplot, Daenerys versus Jon, and a subplot, Daenerys versus versus Sansa versus Jon, kind of like a little intricate web, sort of like a Game of Thrones. Oh, wait. So yeah, that's kind of what they're doing. They're kind of putting us back into the groove, sort of regressing, I guess you can say, because sort of some of the characters in the past episode were kind of acting like they're how they were before. Like Tyrion has been starting drinking again. He makes a comment that he hasn't been with a woman in a good minute, and Daenerys is kind of getting back to the power hungry part that she was back in like a couple of seasons ago. So it's kind of regressing back to the Game of Thrones. Cersei's acting, well, she's acting the same. Bronn, sort of acting the same, sort of not. Kind of weird. But basically, I'm kind of interested. I'm curious to see what's going to happen here in this second to last episode, episode 72. There's no title, as I said before at the beginning of the video. There's no title. I am very worried because this is a Spashnik episode. This is the episode before the finale. It's going to be a long episode, and it's the episode before the last in Game of Thrones fashion. It's usually where there's a lot of character deaths, a lot of big twists, a lot of resolutions as well. So things go down. So it's about to go down. We're going to have another big battle here. Not as big as The Long Night, and not as dark, not as visually dark as The Long Night. But that is not to say that this is not going to be crazy. So we do see that Jon Snow has made it down to the capital, which means at least a fortnight, aka 2 weeks, has passed by. So that's good. But it's will it be enough? Will he be enough to maybe stop Daenerys from becoming the Mad Queen? And will another dragon die this episode? I'm worried that Drogon may die this episode. Or maybe maybe there might be more dragons somewhere. Maybe there might be a dragon egg that does hatch. We never know. But I'm pretty sure that this episode, Drogon may die. Because he had a little quick brush of, quick close to death in the last episode. Like, super close. So, Drogon, potential RIP. Daenerys, potential RIP if she's on the back of Drogon. Who else do I think might die? Tyrion may die. Varys is definitely in trouble if Daenerys finds out the treason. I still put it quote unquote treason. Technically, it's not really treason because Daenerys isn't really the rightful heir to the Iron Throne. Regardless of whether she's man or woman, it doesn't really make a difference because, you know, the next person in line was her brother, her older brother, Rhaegar. So the eldest child, the older child, is already next in line for the throne. So male or female, oldest in line has a bigger claim. Now, in Game of Thrones policy, the throne policy, if you're a guy, you have the bigger claim. But regardless, Rhaegar was the eldest. So the child of the eldest, which is the heir, should get the throne. So if the roles were reversed, if Daenerys was the child of Rhaegar and Jon Snow happened to be the son of the Mad King, then Daenerys would have had a stronger claim. But because it doesn't have anything to do with male or female. I mean, like, yes, it does, but it's not totally because of male or female. It's because Jon Snow just has a higher claim. Keep in mind, Jon Snow doesn't even want the throne, so there's that. Yeah, we do see Cersei with her armies, a little standoff. I assume that they're going to continue with the plan on laying siege, but Jon's army will lay siege to the capital, definitely, but I do see a parallel between Robert's Rebellion. During Robert's Rebellion, before the forces of Ned Stark or before Robert Baratheon's army could reach the capital, Tywin Lannister sacked the kingdom, killed the queen, killed the queen and her children, and you know the Mad King died, and there was a lot of death, a lot of instances people died. That could have been avoided if, you know, Ned Stark had got there in time. So maybe there might be a parallel between Jon Snow and that. There's been a lot of parallels throughout the seasons, especially in this season. So there might be that. My predictions on, I said who's gonna die. My prediction, hopefully Jaime. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so since Jon Snow in this promo has arrived, I assume that Arya and the Hound will also arrive because they just left a little bit after, or I don't know if they left before or after. They left after Jon Snow left, but an entire army moving is a little bit slower than just two people on horseback. So they could have made it in much faster time. And I also think Jaime might make it there in time to maybe kill Cersei. You know, while everyone's focused on the battle, Jaime's like, "Was good. Hey, yo, sis, was good. You heard of the Kingslayer? Well, I'm about to be a Queenslayer real quick, so like, was good." So I believe something like that. Jaime will definitely kill Cersei. Now, will Jaime survive the attempt on Cersei's life? I don't know. There could also be a plot twist where maybe Euron kills Cersei. There's that too. But I do believe that the Lannister twins are dead. Basically that. The Lannister twins are basically dead. How it happens doesn't really matter, but they're dead. Clegane Bowl, I do see that happening. Maybe the Hound facing off against the Mountain. I definitely see that going down too. Like I said, Drogon in some deep waters right here. Might die, definitely might die. Euron might die as well because we see him looking up and they're looking for the dragon. They can't see the dragon because Drogon has flown high above the clouds. He's probably gonna do a super nose dive, maybe at an angle where the scorpions can't hit him. Just be smart about it, you know. And then she just unleashes Dracarys. That's it. Dracarys, burn them all. Very Mad King-like, but you know, that's my prediction for the episode. What are your predictions? Post them down below. And post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. If you enjoyed my reaction, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. If you did not, that's fine. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share anyways. And post your predictions for what the episode is going to be like. Post your predictions for the finale as well. What's going to happen? What do you think they should name the baby of Sam and Gilly? And do you think Daenerys will be pregnant? And do you think Cersei is still pregnant, or is she gonna lose the baby? Because we did see her drinking wine. All these questions and more. Post them down below. Let's get a discussion going. And yeah, be sure to check out the podcast and Times, Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Anchor, anywhere else you listen to podcasts. I got a new podcast out soon. And that being said, like Bren, I'm living in the past. Winter's coming. I'll see you in the next video. Boom!
Niggas be bugging, nickname is Downer cause these niggas decking. Got 14 days, my nigga a Fortnite. Guns that you blast, only on Fortnite. Chopper gon' grind you niggas like port runs. Ho call me Batman, nigga the Dark Knight.